Hello and welcome back to the Deep Dive. And a big magandang arapo to all our listeners joining us from Excel Edge Realty.
Great to have you with us.
I'm Lex, and as always, I'm here with Vera.
Hello, everyone.
We're from the Excel Edge podcast show, and we know a lot of you listening are aspiring real estate salespersons, agents, maybe established realtors right here in the Philippines.
That's right. And today we're diving into something, well, something maybe overlooked, but really powerful for your career. Professional attire.
Exactly. It's about how you dress for success. We've been looking at some interesting notes lately.
Yeah, specifically from the Guthrie Jensen blog and also the Sailor Academy. Both talk about this idea of power dressing.
And it's not just about looking good, is it? It's way deeper.
Not at all. It's really strategic. It's
Yeah.
about using your appearance, to build that essential credibility, make strong first impressions.
And ultimately get ahead, especially in the competitive real estate market here.
Particularly in that mid-price to high-ticket sector that Excel Edge really focuses on. It matters.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Why is professional attire so crucial? Especially in real estate where, let's face it, trust and confidence are absolutely everything? You're handling huge decisions for people.
Precisely. And the first thing both sources really hammer home is how incredibly fast first impressions happen.
Oh, how fast are we talking?
Like blink and you miss it fast.
Yeah.
Ralph Guzman from Guthrie Jensen points out it's just 3 to 7 seconds.
Wow, 3 to 7 seconds.
Yeah, and those initial judgments, they tend to stick. Think about it meeting a potential buyer at an open house. That first sit down with the seller.
In those few seconds, before you've even really started talking properly, your clothes are already speaking for you.
Exactly. Your attire sets the stage.
And this isn't just a hunch, right? There's actual data. I saw something about recruiters.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Guthrie Jensen mentioned a finding from Wings for Success. Something like 75% of recruiters believe what you wear impacts your job prospects.
75%. That includes salary, promotions.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop at getting the job. There was another survey, Office Team, I think. 80% of executives felt clothing choices affect your chances of getting promoted after you're hired.
80%. So for our listeners, whether you're just starting out or aiming for, say, a leadership role at Excel Edge, or maybe even thinking about your own brokerage, this stuff has real weight.
Absolutely. It's about career trajectory.
It also seems like it affects how we feel about ourselves, too. There was that quote, Professor Karen Pine.
Oh, the we become what we wear one.
Yeah, that one. Not only are we what we wear, but we also become what we wear. How does that play out for an agent?
Well, it's about internal confidence, isn't it? When
Yeah.
you dress professionally, you tend to feel more professional, more capable.
Right, like you're ready to tackle that negotiation or handle that tricky client question.
Exactly. And that self-assurance comes across. Sailor Academy also mentions how appearance communicates so much before you even speak. It builds that immediate credibility.
So if you look the part, clients are kind of predisposed to trust your expertise.
Pretty much. They feel more secure, more confident in your ability to guide them through, a huge financial step.
Okay, that leads to this really interesting concept, enclothed cognition. Sounds fancy.
It does, but the idea is pretty straightforward. It's from Northwestern University research. Basically, the clothes themselves and the symbolic meaning we attach to them.
Like a sharp suit meaning authority or competence.
Precisely. That symbolic meaning can actually influence our psychological processes, how we think, how we interact.
So wearing professional gear might actually make an agent, say, communicate more clearly or negotiate more effectively.
That's the theory, yeah. Feeling professional translates to acting more professional. It impacts performance. You embody the role more fully.
That makes a lot of sense. So in a market like the Philippines, which is buzzing with agents, how does dressing professionally help you stand out?
Well, as Guthrie Jensen notes, it can be a key differentiator. It signals seriousness, commitment.
Especially if you're representing a reputable company like Excel Edge, right? In that mid to high ticket space, clients expect a certain level.
Absolutely. Your attire reflects on the company's brand, its standards, its professionalism. It says, we take this seriously, and we take you seriously.
And there's a wider trend too, isn't there? Away from super casual.
Yeah, Sailor Academy mentioned that. Gary Brody observed a shift back towards more traditional business wear, less of the very casual vibe from the 90s.
And suits still hold power.
Apparently so. Mark Evan Blackman called them universally projecting an air of authority. That's pretty relevant when you're trying to build trust quickly in real estate deals.
Definitely useful in negotiations.
For sure. even if it's not always a full suit. That polished appearance builds crucial client trust.
Okay, so we know it's important. Let's get practical. Guthrie Jensen mentioned levels of attire, like business professional, smart casual. Can you break those down for us? When would an agent use each?
Sure. So business professional is top tier. Think full suit, tie for men, skirt or pantsuit for women.
Okay, so big client meetings, important presentations.
Exactly. High stakes situations. Then smart casual is a step down, but still sharp. Maybe dress pants, button down, blazer for men. For women, a nice blouse with a skirt or trousers, maybe a cardigan or jacket.
Good for like less formal client follow-ups or maybe a typical day visiting properties.
Could be, yeah. Or some office environments.
Yeah.
Then business casual is more relaxed again. Khakis, maybe a polo or collared shirt for men. Tailored pants or skirt with a smart top for women.
Right. Maybe for internal meetings or just office work if you're not client-facing that day.
Possibly. And finally, casual jeans, t-shirts. Probably best avoided for most client interactions in real estate, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, especially in the market Excel Edge serves. Professionalism is key.
Definitely. Generally err on the side of being slightly more formal.
So what are the key takeaways? The absolute must-dos for power dressing in Philippine real estate.
Okay, essentials from both sources. Clothes must be clean, well-fitting that's huge, and wrinkle-free.
No sloppy fits.
No way. Juice shoes need to be polished and appropriate. Accessories.
There you go.
Got them minimal, not distracting.
And follow any company dress code, like at Excel Edge, if they have specific guidelines.
Crucial. Also, solid, strong colors often work well. Navy, gray, black. They tend to read as more professional.
And the golden rule.
When in doubt, overdress slightly. Sailor Academy advises dressing one step above what you expect the client to wear. Better safe than sorry.
It's more than just the main clothes, though, isn't it? Sailor really stressed the details.
Oh, absolutely. The details matter point is critical. It's not just clean clothes, but pressed clothes. No stains, obviously.
Belts.
Wear one if you have belt loops. And make sure it's a decent one. Your bag or briefcase should look professional, too, not like you just came from the gym.
Accessories, again, keep them conservative.
Yep. And grooming is non-negotiable. Neat hair, good hygiene, clean nails. It all builds that image of someone trustworthy and detail-oriented, which you want in a realtor.
True. Clients trust you with details. And Sailor had an interesting point about aligning your image with the customer. How does that apply here?
Well, it means understanding your client, the buyer or seller. Maybe the type of properties they like, their general style. You don't copy them, but you can sort of subtly align your presentation to build rapport.
Makes sense. Showing you understand their world a bit.
Exactly. It enhances their confidence in you.
Now, Guthrie Jensen mentioned something about deviating from the norm, sometimes signaling confidence, like maybe not wearing the standard suit.
Ah, yes. The Harvard research. It suggests that for someone already established and respected, consciously breaking the dress code slightly can signal confidence, like, I'm good enough to not need the uniform.
But that sounds risky, especially if you're still building your name.
Very risky. For most professionals, especially those establishing themselves in the mid to high ticket market, sticking to professional norms is much safer. You need to build that baseline trust first. Don't try to bend the rules before you've mastered them.
Good advice. And finally, both sources agree clothes aren't everything, right?
Absolutely critical point. Dressing well is a tool, a powerful one, but it doesn't replace actual competence.
Your skills, your market knowledge, how you actually treat clients.
Your ethics. That's what builds a real career. The clothes help open the door and create the right impression, but you need the substance to back it up.
Right. So wrapping this up for everyone listening, especially you aspiring Filipino real estate pros, strategic dressing is clearly a huge asset.
It really is. It helps with first impressions, builds trust, boosts your own confidence.
And ultimately helps you succeed, particularly in that important mid-price to high-ticket market where Excel Edge operates.
It's an investment in yourself and your career.
Definitely. So if you are serious about taking your real estate career to the next level, especially in that mid to high-end sector, we really encourage you to check out Excel Edge Realty. Visit their website, www.exceledge.com.ph.
Find out more about the opportunities there.
And hey, before you go, please hit that follow button so you don't miss our next deep dive.
And if you found this useful, share it with other real estate professionals in the Philippines who might benefit.
Absolutely. And maybe leave you with this thought. How could consciously choosing your outfit for every single client meeting become your secret weapon?
Yeah, think about it. It's not just getting dressed, it's strategic preparation for success in the Philippine real estate market. Something to really consider.